Imagine a life so insulated that every aspect is shrouded in secrecy, surrounded by extreme security measures. This is the daily existence of Kim Jong-un, North Korea's supreme leader, whose life is a fortress of control. In North Korea, a country that demands absolute loyalty to the leader and punishes dissent with inconceivable brutality, Kim Jong-un is the pivot of a regime reinforced by probably the most fearsome security apparatus in the world. His life is enveloped in an impenetrable tapestry of precautions against even the most improbable and far-fetched danger. It contains, at its center, the Supreme Guard Command, believed to consist of around 100,000 soldiers. It is not a regular military force, but a special one, singularly committed to Kim's protection and highly selectively recruited. These are not just well-trained soldiers in the usual combat, but carefully handpicked on the grounds of their political allegiance, family background, and even their psychological stability. Many of them come from families that have given generations of service to the Kim dynasty, thus helping to instill a deep-seated trust between the guards and their leader. The selection process is so strict that only those who regard Kim's survival as incomparable gain access to this elite force. But not only in training and not in numbers, but it's the commitment that makes this force formidable. These guards are indoctrinated from a very young age to regard Kim Jong-un not just as a political figure, but as a godlike figure whose survival is equated with that of the nation itself. This reverence is inculcated by the most intense propaganda, songs, and slogans, but also fear. Failure is simply not an option, as the consequences for disloyalty extend from the person to the guards' families, making the culture of allegiance to Kim one of pride and survival. This atmosphere of fear and loyalty that permeates makes for a security force that is not just willing, but even eager to sacrifice everything for their leader. These guards are the innermost ring in the security of Kim, literally following him wherever he goes and making sure no unauthorized person comes near him. Beyond this inner circle, other rings of security are deployed to create a multi-layered defense system, scanning for threats, monitoring the environment, and making sure every conceivable angle of attack is neutralized. Within this structure, there is an even more select group responsible for the direct protection of Kim Jong-un. They are also called members of the Guard Command Unit and are much more than simple bodyguards. These personnel specialize in sophisticated forms of training, such as martial arts, combat fighting, identification of poison detection, hidden explosives, even chemical ones, and a vast array of others. Their mandate did not only provide protection from actual physical attacks, but ensured the erasing of minute elements of threat associated with him, where even Kim's meals became thoroughly scrutinized affairs. Every dish is prepared under the hawk eyes of security personnel, and an appointed guard tastes the food before it reaches Kim to ensure it hasn't been tampered with. Even the water he consumes is obtained with great care, transported in sealed bottles, and tested several times to eliminate any potential contamination. These measures might appear excessive, but in the perilous realm of authoritarian politics, where treachery and elimination are ever present, they demonstrate a significant degree of alertness that Kim deems essential. The message is clear. Kim's life is worth more than any individual's, and no effort is spared to ensure his safety. Kim's travel arrangements are equally elaborate, designed to confuse and outwit any potential attackers. These decoy convoys are a common thing for Kim while on the road. His vehicle of choice, a Mercedes-Benz armored limousine, looks no different from any other car in the convoy. All this makes it practically impossible to tell which car Kim is actually traveling in. Sometimes multiple convoys with the same kind of cars are also sent out at the same time, each to a different route, leading to his destination. Not only do these cars look identical, but they are also armored to resist even bullets, explosions, and chemical attacks. Inside them, state-of-the-art communication systems allow Kim to keep in touch and issue orders, even in case of a crisis. Every minute detail of his travel is chalked out, right from the time of his departures to the exact route his convoys would take. Even the slightest detour from the plan for the team responsible for his security. For longer journeys, Kim often resorts to what has arguably become the iconic symbol of his regime's rare combination of tradition and paranoia, his armored train. Indeed, it was this very train that he took to his 2019 summit with Donald Trump in Vietnam. It's a fortress on wheels. The carriages have bulletproof windows, secure communication systems, and armed guards at every stop. The train is a testament to Kim's obsession with control and safety. Its slow, deliberate pace reflects both practicality and symbolism. The use of the train echoes the preference of his father, Kim Jong-il, and his grandfather, Kim Il-sung, and creates a line of continuity, linking Kim with his lineage. Each station along his route is individually secured, and often entire stations are cleared of any civilians, just so that nobody can even get close to him. The train serves as more than just transportation to Kim. It symbolizes his continued power, and is a harbinger that his grip extends very far outside of Pyongyang. It's an extreme measure for a very real fear of assassination. Precarious is the position of Kim Jong-un, leader of North Korea, upon which all rests: outright propaganda, suppression, and ruthless elimination of threats. His family history is full of chilling examples, showing just how dangerous the pursuit of power can be. The most notorious event happened in 2017, when Kim Jong-un's half-brother, Kim Jong-nam, was killed at an airport in Malaysia. The assassination using VX nerve agent, a chemical weapon so potent that the slightest contact could kill, was widely suspected to have been personally ordered by Kim Jong-un himself. This wasn't just an assassination. This was a message, at home and abroad. It demonstrated how the regime can extend its influence, how it can respond firmly and mercilessly to perceived dangers, however distant or unlikely they may appear. The killing of Kim Jong-nam underlined the high risks that come with power in North Korea and the lengths to which Kim is ready to go in order to protect his leadership. The security of Kim Jong-un goes beyond just his close environment. It spans throughout the whole nation. North Korea itself is a giant surveillance state, the extension of Kim's apparatus of protection. The regime has built up a sprawling network of informants, surveillance units, and internal security forces that monitor every aspect of the lives of its citizens. Each neighborhood has its own surveillance team, and citizens are often coerced into reporting any suspicious behavior, even among friends or family members. This culture of fear ensures that any budding dissent or opposition is identified and neutralized long before it becomes a real threat. To the average North Korean, even casual conversations carry the risk of being overheard and reported, leading to imprisonment, forced labor, or worse. Foreign visitors to North Korea are also not exempt from high levels of scrutiny. Every interaction, every movement, and every word is monitored. Guides assigned to visitors are at once chaperones and informants, making sure that no activities not approved of or criticisms of the regime take place. Any attempt to gather information, criticize the government, or mingle with locals without approval is met with swift and severe consequences. This extends into every nook and cranny of life in North Korea, which serves to bolster Kim's image as an untouchable figure of absolute authority. Beyond the realm of practical protection, Kim's security measures double as a display of power. Elaborate convoys, layer upon layer of guards, and omnipresent surveillance ensure not just his safety, but also serve as an orchestrated spectacle meant to reinforce his godlike status. In a country where propaganda portrays the leader as a supreme, infallible figure, even the faintest semblance of vulnerability could spell disaster for his regime. Every extreme security measure, whether armored limousines, bulletproof trains, or squads of elite guards, is not only a precaution, but also a tool for propaganda. But beneath all the might and sophistication of Kim Jong-un's security apparatus lies a far greater truth. It is built upon fear. Fear of dissidence, fear of betrayal, and most of all, fear of losing control. Each layer of security does not just protect him from threats, but reveals his own deep-seated paranoia. While his security might be the most extreme in the world, it ultimately exposes the vulnerabilities of one of the most secretive and repressive regimes on the planet.